literally, you're taking into your body internally and putting them out the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's literally what you're doing. Assalamu alaikum. I get questions about doubts all the time. It's actually, if I were to take all the questions that I get from people, whether it's at the mosque, at the masjid, or if it's through the internet, Twitter, emails, Facebook, whatever, many of the questions fall under the category of doubts. There is one time of the year though that these questions don't come up, and it's during Ramadan. And I find that intriguing. How come during Ramadan, all of a sudden, people don't have doubts? I mean, I'm sure some people do, but the frequency at which I get these questions really diminishes. It goes down almost to none. I think this has something to do with the behavior one engages in during Ramadan. What's one thing that we all do during Ramadan, or we strive to do? We all place such emphasis on making sure that if you can, at least do one khatam. Recite the Quran at least once in totality over the month of Ramadan. You're reading a juz every day. The thing about the Quran is, even if you don't understand everything that you're reciting because of, let's say, your subpar Arabic skills, or maybe some words are a little bit too difficult, or whatever the case may be, maybe you didn't get a chance to read the whole tafsir. What we have to recognize is you're reciting, literally, you're taking into your body internally and putting them out the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's literally what you're doing. You're taking the words of God through your eyes, through your brain, processing that, and then producing the sound as that air comes out with the words of God. I think that impacts your internal state. That impacts your being. The food of the soul, the food of your spirit, is not, food and drink that we eat like terrestrial things like animals do. The food of the spirit is the word of God. Your soul desires the word of God, and we slowly suffocate it. If you look at how far removed we are throughout the year from reciting the Quran and making sure we engage in all these practices, we fall back into routine. Just do your 5 daily prayers. If you do anything with regards to reciting the Quran, maybe you recite Surah Al-Kahf on Fridays, hopefully. I mean, that's kind of how most Muslims lead their lives. But then come Ramadan, and then what do? This is the interesting, human beings are so interesting. We attribute the cause of our spiritual elevation during Ramadan to an external agency. Well, look, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala locked up all the demons. صُفِّدَتِ الشَّيَاطِينَ. The demons are locked up, and that's why we're feeling really good. Actually, no, that's not why you're feeling really good. You're feeling really good because you're reciting the Quran all the time. You're getting up to pray subh early on. You're praying at night. You're engaging in activities that are directly transforming your spiritual experience of being in the world as it is today. That's what happened, and that's why you feel so good. So anybody, like all of you guys, brothers and sisters out there that send me questions about, I'm doubting this, I'm doubting that, how do I know this is the true religion, or all of these things. If you put in 20% of the effort and focus you did during Ramadan, during the rest of the year, in reciting the Quran, I mean, it's amazing. You go through the Quran every day, even if you don't get it, you'll get it. That's the thing about it. Even if you don't get it at the moment, you'll get it. It will still transform you. When you get sick and you go and take medication, do you actually understand what's going on in your body? Most people don't. Most people didn't go and take science and biochemistry or go to medical school or do any of these things. Most people didn't do that. But they take the medicine and they feel good and they feel great after however long the doctor told them to take it for. And voila, there you go. The same thing actually happens with this. That's why Imam al-Ghazali said that religious sciences, the dosage that you take it is actually akin to the dosage that medicine is prescribed in. You don't need a lot. You don't have to spend a long time. Nobody's asking you to stay up all night and recite Quran all day and do all these things. All you got to do is just recite maybe a page, five verses, just small amounts. if you do have, if your recitation is fast enough and you can do it, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to recite a hizb, which is half a juz. And half a juz, in Arabic, hizb is the amount of water one takes in the desert to satisfy them or to last them the whole day. That's the amount of water necessary for a full day. So if you just did that, I'm sure you would not be asking me questions about, oh, how do I know if this is true, or I'm doubting this or I'm doubting that. Just some thoughts. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Assalamu alaikum. So now you've seen some of the videos. I'm going to be trying to post these scattered thoughts, I'm actually going to call it, because they're just scattered thoughts, as often as possible. I'm trying to go for a minimum of 4 times a week, but I'm trying to build this platform on YouTube. So I'm hoping that if you enjoy this content, that you would subscribe, like, comment below, and share this video, and tell your mommy, tell your daddy, tell your pops, tell your grandpa, tell your grandma, tell everybody. If there is any benefit that can be derived from these, I would really appreciate it if you can spread it.